Hi, I'm Laura, and I have an extreme urgency to share this message with you. So take a deep breath and get ready to receive this important piece of information. I am about to reveal the key to a miracle-working power that turned my life around. From pits to peaks. You're about to discover a timeless wisdom, one of which the most happy and successful people of diverse backgrounds adopt to create a life of fulfillment and abundance. Now picture this. You waking up from a restful slumber, feeling refreshed after a hot shower, ready to dig into a healthy treat of your choice. What is your perfect start like? Imagine doing what you love with whoever you love, whenever you want to, wherever you wish to be. How would life be like if what you set out to achieve is achieved? Where would you live? How would you spend the time that you have? What hobbies would you be starting? And where would that vacation be that you've been longing for? It is possible, and frankly, easier than you'd think, only if you know how to make that decision. It took me over 8 years to fully understand the power of this timeless wisdom that allowed me to transform my life from mediocre to magnificent. It helped bring in more wealth and abundance into every area of my life, effortlessly. I know this is going to sound cheesy, but it is my secret behind the secret. It is something I call harmonic flowing, and it is the critical link to explain why the law of attraction hasn't been working for you yet. Stay with me in this video as you are just a moment away from discovering harmonic flowing that makes the law of attraction an awakened force. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Many people wondered why they are unable to attract the kind of success promised in the teachings out there on manifestation. Even though some practice dutifully, they find little success or worse, none at all. Hundreds of thousands of people are asking the same question. What went wrong? They did not realize that not all the teachings out there on manifestation are complete, and only a small part of the whole truth is shared. As a result, they rejected the law of attraction, and the initial fiery optimism of the law was quickly replaced with disillusion. I was one of them, and up until I discovered the precise key that unlocked the power behind full manifestation, only then the law of the attraction worked for me. It was a miraculous shift, and I will show you the proof why this key works amazingly well. Once you apply the key, you can finally create the desired life that you dreamed of. No more struggles, and leave every trace of frustration, helplessness, and skepticism behind. You now have a chance to discover a key that will genuinely help you attract the life you want. Imagine finally possessing the essential key that successful people knew about that you didn't. Something that enabled them to amass tremendous amounts of wealth and live healthy, happy, and potentially worry-free lives. How would you like to fire your boss, leave your 9-to-5 job forever, and still make more money than just barely enough for your bills? Or walking into any car dealer, choosing your dream car, and driving off with the ownership papers signed? How about being debt-free and having the ability to step into any house and buy it straight out, knowing that your bank account has the cash ready for it? When you come to grips with this critical key today, you will discover the supercharger source for dramatically accelerating the achievement of any goals instead of taking weeks, months, or years. The key captures the essence of universal principles in a way that makes manifesting abundance simple, effortless, and probable. Although it might sound like an audacious claim, I just want to tell it to you outright that this key works. I am a standing evidence of this truth, that it had already worked for me and for those who had the privilege to uncover this key. It is one single, super powerful secret of success to effective manifestation. If life isn't working for you right now and you haven't yet had things turn out the way you want them to be, you're not alone. The truth is, even though many gurus out there had shared the wonders of the law of attraction and countless books and courses were created revolving around that law, the actual key to successful manifesting is almost never mentioned in the law of attraction. Yet when I chanced upon this time-tested key, I could finally tap into the powerful source of abundance, and I was able to create astounding results in my life that I truly deserve. If this is true for you, stop whatever you're doing now. Turn up the volume, listen up closely, and prepare yourself for some truly priceless insights. First, you must understand one fundamental truth. Abundance is your birthright. Yes, you heard me. Abundance is your birthright, and those who live life large understand this. That is not your fault, as we have been conditioned to believe that there is not enough to go around. There's a story that goes like this. 2 men went down to the ocean, one with a teaspoon, the other with a bucket, each taking the amount of water he chooses. The ocean, however, doesn't care if you were to come down with a teaspoon or bucket. It is an unlimited source. The ocean represents the source of abundance. It doesn't matter to the source if you ask for a little or a lot. Your withdrawal neither lessens anyone else's opportunities, nor do they diminish the total amount of available abundance. It is unlimited, and the only limits on your share are the limits set by you. So realize this. Abundance is your birthright, and there's more than enough to go around. However, few know how to harness this vast source of abundance that can be drawn upon at will. The main reason why I openly share this key is to give everyone an opportunity to possess this critical piece of information that is often missing, but absolutely necessary for successful manifestation with the law of attraction. And make no mistake about it. The law of attraction absolutely works, especially with this missing key that you will find in the awakened source. Countless coincidences and manifestations have occurred since awakening the source that I simply can't list them all. Imagine being able to leave your dead-end job, breaking free from the endless financial struggle of having to scrape through with barely enough for your normal bills and debts. Finally, regaining the confidence to build the life you want and live life on your own terms. Let me make it crystal clear. Up till this point, before chancing upon the key, I was a natural skeptic and would not put my faith in anything without considerable concrete proof. But as my list of occurrences that cannot possibly be mere coincidences increased, I could not deny that there's something to all of this. Stumbling on this key is the start of claiming back my abundance birthright. Today, I am sharing this video to pay it forward. This is no accident why you are hearing of this right now. I want to give you the same key that had made all the difference for me today. Allow me first to share something about myself and also why this particular key works seamlessly for those who choose to use it. So let me get started. When I was a child, my father was a paramedic. I was truly inspired by the way he helped people in our community. He became the springboard that sent me into the field of nursing, and I chose this profession because I always wanted to be part of a profession where I could try to make a difference. It's not every day that people appreciate how truly demanding the job of being a nurse is. To tell you the truth, it's hard working as a nurse. The 12-hour shifts are usually 14-hour shifts, and the work that we do as nurses is physically and emotionally demanding, draining every bit of our last ounce of energy. We rotate holidays and bring a dish when we work Thanksgiving Day or the Super Bowl or Labor Day. Though it was challenging with the long and odd hours, I loved my work as I enjoyed taking care of people and going the extra mile for them. However, as a mother of 2, I also wanted to spend more time with my children as they were growing up fast. I had heard too many friends regretting that they never got those early years back with their children and missing milestones like their first baby steps or first speech. I did not want such regrets and wanted to create fond memories with them. I decided to make a change to become a part-time nurse after working for 10 years. It was a difficult decision, but a needful one, as that would allow me to continue my rewarding career in nursing and continue to take care of my family, until it took an unexpected turn. 8 years ago, I was in serious trouble. Credit card trouble to be exact. $47,237 worth of debt. How could I possibly chalk up such a mountain of debt? My husband suffered a stroke and was unable to work as he was partially disabled. Going from a 2-income household to a 1-income household was a huge blow for me, especially with 2 kids and rising hospital bills for my husband's treatment. To make ends meet, I went back to being a full-time nurse and had to take on a part-time job during the weekends. I remembered waking up feeling tired, depressed, and overwhelmed when the alarm went off mercilessly at 5:30 a.m. every morning and going to bed at night exhausted. I knew that I had to continue to pay our home mortgage and car installments, so everything else went on credit. The credit cards that I had became our only means of paying the grocery, utilities, and other necessities. I kept using the cards, even though I knew I couldn't keep up with all of the payments. I had no other way out. I had to hold this family together. Oh, and the guilt I felt about yelling at my kids for making me late for work, the laundry and dishes that had piled up, the bills that needed to be paid, and the healthy dinners that should be cooked, but were often replaced by something fast and cheap. I was totally overwhelmed, exhausted, and felt like I just wasn't good enough at anything. You can imagine, all of these were putting a lot of stress on my finances as well as my relationships. My relationships with my kids became strained as I worked long hours in the hospital and was unable to see them as much as I would have liked to. Once my younger daughter said to me, "Mom, I don't recognize you anymore," when I picked her up from school on a Friday evening before Thanksgiving. That broke my heart. Negative thinking was a slippery slope, and I didn't realize how slippery it was until one fateful day. The bombshell dropped on me. I had maxed out all of my credit cards. The credit card companies persistently rang my phone. I tried to contact the credit companies and work out something with them, but it didn't seem to work. I would lay awake crying. My family was suffering, my work was suffering, and most of all, I was suffering. I was thoroughly worn out and completely desperate. I needed help, yet I was very embarrassed to reach out for help. In the depths of my despair, I cracked open a book given to me by a friend of mine last Christmas. It was a well-known book about the law of attraction and how to go about manifesting abundance. She was completely sold to the law as it had worked for her when she was going through a rough patch at work. This book had been sitting on my bookshelf for the longest time because I never found the time to read it, and I was never into such a new-aged fad. Yet, with more than a decade of experience working in the hospital, I had built my belief that, yes, there are miracles in life, and deep down, a part of me believed a miracle could happen to me too. All I gotta do is give this a shot. It's my only chance at making this work, so what more have I got to lose? I stayed up that night, read it from cover to cover. By the end of the book, I was truly inspired as it gave me hope that I have the power to finally turn things around for the better. I followed the instructions and devoured every single word with utmost importance. A month went by, then 2 months. I continued to practice the suggested exercises diligently. Nothing happened. 3 months went by, and there wasn't any beautiful, loving, abundant life that was manifested. What presented before me were more bills, more debt, and more frustration. I soon gave up and reprimanded myself for wasting time on this wishful thinking fluff. What now, I thought? No more savings to pay off my rolling credit card debt. And to top that off, I was already behind on my mortgage payment. My family would soon face the doom of losing our home. I was disoriented, nerve-wracked, and completely lost. Then came December 24th. I was scheduled as the night shift nurse. It was an unusually quiet night. Everyone was quiet except for the nurses who were standing around the nurses' station grumbling about having to work on Christmas Eve. I didn't mind at all, as the extra money for working on a holiday would certainly help with my dire situation. I reported for duty and was informed I would be assigned to the emergency unit as they were short-staffed. I headed down the long and quiet corridor towards my new assignment, and lying helplessly but conscious on a gurney in the emergency area was a well-groomed gentleman that looked like he was in his 80s. He was smartly dressed in a gray tweed suit, white shirt, and a bow tie. His eyes were dark green and staring straight into my eyes. "Hello, Mr. Godfrey," I greeted. "My name is Laura, and I will be your nurse today. I'm going to take really good care of you. It seems like you had a little accident this morning." He was out for his morning walk to buy a newspaper when he collapsed on his front porch. As I undressed my patient and prepared him for his hospital stay, his green eyes were intense, and he watched my every move. They were kind but focused, concerned but trusting. He seemed to be acutely observing his surroundings and of me. "Mr. Godfrey, I'm going to give you a little sponge bath." "Thank you, my dear, and do call me Paul." It was unfortunate to spend Christmas Eve here. Before I could say a word to comfort him, Paul continued, "Well, at least we're not alone. You do look like you need a little Christmas cheer yourself, too." And he gave me a wink. I forced a smile and bit my lips to stop myself from crying. He reached for my hand and gave it a tight squeeze. "Love, it's going to be all right. Trust me." Those were the kindest words spoken to me since my plight. It was as if Paul could see through the strong facade I was putting up all this time. My heart pounded and my eyes filled with tears. All I needed at the moment was to release the stress, tension, frustration, and exhaustion that was bottled up inside of me. That was the beginning of my friendship with Mr. Paul Godfrey, and he reminded me of my loving grandpa. Paul had some kind of a quiet charisma in his countenance and an air of benevolence. There was a shared sense of familiarity and ease that made me feel instantly connected to him. The next day, I went to check on him with some Christmas fruitcake. He beckoned me to his side. "Hello, dear, that's very sweet of you." Even though it was the second time we spoke, I felt like I knew Paul for a very long time. As we talked, I came to realize that Paul was the multimillionaire who had just donated to rebuild the children's department in my hospital and pioneered research on treatments for kids with cancer and other life-threatening diseases. I was in awe of his generosity, as it was known to the staff that the hospital had difficulty funding this project and was about to close it down. It was recently made possible because of a huge donation from Paul. I came to know more of Paul's story. He owned a couple of properties across the street near the park and had retired here shortly after his wife passed on. "The air is better here," he chuckled. The afternoon went by pretty quickly as we chatted away like old friends, laughing and sharing. In fact, I was relieved to take a breather from my overwhelming plight and truly grateful for this wonderful conversation. Soon it was time to go. "Sweet Laura, I know that it's not my position to ask about this, but why the breakdown yesterday? Someone as lovely as you deserves more kindness. Could you shed some light on this to this nosy man?" he asked softly. I was startled and my eyes started to well up again. I caved in and confided in him about my situation and how I was at my wit's end and desperate enough to try out the manifestation bogus. "And you know what? I even tried that manifesting stuff. It's all BS. I've tried it. All proven to fail," I continued, blushing. At that moment, it was as if a switch was flipped. Paul looked at me puzzled. "It didn't work for you? Tell me, what did you do?" I related my process to him and he listened intently. When I was done, he took my hand and spoke in a low voice, almost whispering, "Laura, it will surely work." He let out a deep sigh and continued, "I am a dying man, and I have little time left. My last wish is to pass on this secret to someone and not let it bury with me. Thank you for being such a darling, and I believe you are the chosen one to receive this secret and continue its legacy. This was precisely the secret that made me so successful. It will surely work. You are just going about it wrong." After his enlightening revelation, I finally realized what I had been doing wrong with this manifestation stuff and how to make it right. Paul was able to point out why I failed despite many attempts. Most importantly, he instructed me the one thing I needed to do immediately to make everything start working for me the way I wanted. And honestly, it was so easy that I knew intuitively that it could work. Life can change in an instant. Sometimes it just takes a very long while for that instant to arrive. What Paul shared was a simple change that anyone is capable of doing, yet a significant one that was pivotal to change everything for me. This missing key held me back from the powers of manifesting. The answer was within me all the while. It is something I now call harmonic flowing. Harmonic flowing is the missing connection to tapping into your source of abundance. It is probably the most important key to make the law of attraction work for you. It's a simple change that no one else has ever revealed. And when you know how to use it, you can affect everything in life, By harnessing the power of this law, you can finally be empowered and look for the reality that matches your thoughts and begin to notice the opportunities that can lead you to live the life you desire naturally. Very few had learned about it. That was exactly why the manifestation fluff had never worked for me, no matter how hard I tried. Harmonic flowing is the only way to connect us to our birthright and tap into our greatest source of abundance. I couldn't hold my excitement to put my realization into practice. The next day, Paul was discharged. It was a moment of mixed feelings for me. Happy that he was well to leave the hospital, yet sad that we had to part so quickly. I thanked him again and gave him a peck on his cheek. He smiled shyly and gave me a little wink. "Bless you, my child. All the best with this trick." And he carefully made his way to the limousine where his chauffeur was waiting patiently for him. I was committed to practicing harmonic flowing on a daily basis. This gave me the courage and confidence to do what I never believed was previously possible. Then the magic began. I started to see changes happening in my life. Within 2 weeks, my husband, who had suffered from partial disability for about 2 years, started to recover. When the doctor learned about it, he exclaimed in disbelief and explained that this would only happen to 1 in 5,000. We were overjoyed, and I knew secretly that it was only possible because of harmonic flowing. I felt an extraordinary oneness with the source, knowing that I had intentionally activated the process, that I was in full control of the steering wheel through this awakening process with the source. What was so exciting was that I knew deep inside that if it worked once, it would work again, and all the time. By the first month, I was promoted. That brought about an increase in paycheck that helped tremendously with the expenses at home. Things were looking up. I felt an immediate ease and lightness, as though 100 tons of weight had been lifted off my heart. I felt more rejuvenated and happier. My newfound bliss opened the door for more beginnings and new relationships, which have been blessed with increased financial prosperity and abundance. My colleagues and friends began to notice that something was different about me. Some finally broke the ice and asked me, "What's happened to you, Laura?" They asked. "What are you doing to receive all these great fortunes?" So I told them about what Paul shared with me, and words started to spread like wildfire. Soon I had calls and emails pouring in to request help and support from me, asking me to share my story. Then one day, an anonymous check of $50,000 was sent to me. I was very confused and shocked and called the bank immediately to inquire. It was then that I found out that it was a parting gift from Mr. Paul Godfrey. He had passed on and had left this amount in my name. Not only had he passed me his abundant secret, he was my savior, as that check would be sufficient to clear my debt. I still grieve for the loss of such a wonderful man, and I was really grateful to him for his love and generosity, and for making a tremendous impact on my life. I kept my promise to Paul and continued the legacy by sharing this gift with my friends and colleagues. Today, I've gone from a 5-figure debt to a 6-figure wealth. I'm proudest of the fact that I could continue my childhood dream of making a difference to the world and generate lasting results for hundreds and thousands of people that allows them to create their desired lives. I have retired, and for the past 7 years, I've been a leader in the personal development space that has transformed the lives of hundreds and thousands of individuals. I wanted to continue this legacy, so I decided to share this secret with more people, and that is why you come about to see this video for the first time. My husband had fully recovered and joined me in my business. I have since attracted many wonderful people, situations, and opportunities into my life with much appreciation. But none will ever have the place in my heart of this incredible manifestation, the joyous proof of the power of harmonic flowing. My aim to inspire hope and encourage others fueled my mission to continue to share about harmonic flowing. And I'm so grateful when thank you notes came flooding into my inbox to share wonderful news like job promotions, pay raises, rekindled relationships, revived marriages, exciting opportunities, and job offers. It was such a fulfillment to see remarkable transformations in those that received this gift. Yet, I know that many people out there are still struggling to see results and find it really difficult to make the law of attraction work for them. The heart of the issue of why the law of attraction is not working is because there's a part that is often misinterpreted. Once this is nailed out, there is a clear path for your requests to the source of abundance. So, let's get to the root of the issue. Are you ready? Okay, here it is. First, don't try too hard on this law of attraction. In fact, the harder you try to make it work, the more likely you will fail. Let me illustrate this with Chinese handcuffs. Chinese handcuffs is basically a woven straw tube that traps the victim's fingers in both ends when they try to pull them out. Interestingly, the harder you try to pull out your fingers, the less easy it is to get your fingers out. And the trick to break free from the straw's clutches is to push the fingers in instead of trying to pull them out and give it a little twist. That's it. How simple. So the law of attraction is a lot like the Chinese handcuffs. The harder you go at it, the more likely you will fail. Let me share with you part of the secret to getting the law to work with you. Consider going easier. In fact, all the hard work, struggles, and spending countless hours, days, or even weeks on the wrong methods like I did lead to nowhere. Instead, relax and experience harmonic flowing. Tapping into the source of abundance may be as easy as slipping free from the straw bonds of the Chinese handcuffs. So how do you do that? What's the plot twist to this game of the law? What must be done to bridge the gap between you and the source of abundance? You must have heard a lot of techniques to manifestation, like keeping a positive outlook, visualizing at a vision board, feeling like you've already got it, etc. Somehow, this is not working, even though you stuck rigorously to the rules. You've got to know this. Visualization and affirmation are part of the game, but not enough to bring in the championship. You've got to understand that this is not your fault. It's like you're a woodcutter out to cut the trees, yet the axe that you are using is too blunt. So no matter how much brunt force you muster to strike at the trunk, you would only end up bruising the wood instead of cutting it. Imagine using a chainsaw. Would the story change? Of course. So it's the same when you begin your manifestation experience with a chainsaw. That is the missing part that had been stopping you from achieving more with less effort and time. Once you understand this principle and are equipped with the right tools, you can request what it is that you want and begin the natural manifestation process. So you might ask, Laura, this makes perfect sense, but how do I get started? Well, ask and you shall receive. So congratulations for taking the first step. First, I need you to understand that harmonic flowing is for anyone, and everyone can literally have the results they truly dreamed about if they clearly grasp the essence of it. From the time I started using harmonic flowing, I had been refining the practice. After coaching hundreds and thousands of people just like you on the harmonic flowing, it allowed me to get countless insights and feedback to perfect it. Second, it is of vital importance to grasp the true essence of harmonic flowing. You could use everything I've talked about today and instantly upgrade your life. Yet just by doing that alone without the right guidance will never fully allow you to tap into your source of abundance. You will need all of my insights and the exact manifestation blueprint to unleash that greatness inside of you. But don't worry, I've done all that hard work for you, and it's now something I call the Awakened Source. I'd like to download everything I know about the Awakened Source into your head and teach you everything I know about harmonic flowing to finally get the results you want without hard work. It is a complete, detailed, and incredibly effective program where you can access the simple instructions on how to activate harmonic flowing accurately and effortlessly. I can guarantee you that if you live out the teaching faithfully in every detail of your life, you will virtually be tapping into more than just wealth and success, even unlocking the doors to peace, happiness, and fulfillment in life. It is my commitment to Paul and also to my mission to make a difference to people that led to the birth of the Awakened Source. You, my friend, own the birthright to a life of abundance. With the Awakened Source, you no longer have to leave your life to chances. The Awakened Source is a unique program to equip you through 3 crucial steps that have been fine-tuned over the years to activate harmonic flowing, to create spectacular results in every area of your life effortlessly. You might ask, there's many manifesting programs out there, so why this? Totally. In fact, I'll invite you to do your research. You'll soon discover there are many superficial manifesting programs out there that don't actually work. Unlike all the fluff, the Awakened Source is comprehensive and dives right into the core of what is essential to get you started and create real-life results fast. I'll show you exactly what you need to know to activate the harmonic flow in the quickest way possible. It totally empowers your life by tapping straight into the highway to the source of abundance. Let all the astounding results flow into your life today. Say goodbye to pent-up frustrations, sleepless nights where you stay awake worrying about something beyond your control, or stressing about the next mortgage you have to pay in the next month. No more of that. Now, take a moment to imagine what it'll be like to live in that beautiful new dream house, or walking into the showroom to buy that brand new sports car in full cash without hesitation, knowing that you will always have more than enough. Imagine being in love with your perfect soulmate, having more time to spend with your family and loved ones, pursuing your dreams and hobbies, and glowing in health and vigor. But most importantly, I want you to think about how fulfilled and happy you'll feel when you finally get it all going for you. If you've been wondering why the law of attraction is working against you instead of working for you, it's time to grab this extraordinary program that has all the answers. So, here's exactly what you will get instant access to when you grab the Awaken Source program now. First, in the Awaken Source manual, you'll discover your awakened source of power and wisdom that puts you directly in touch with the source and experience harmonic flowing. You will undoubtedly receive the world's greatest secret to removing all your mental blocks and inner conflicting thoughts. Because you're still committed and still watching this video, I'm going to include 2 life-changing and unannounced bonuses just for you if you act now. Each one is specifically designed to complement and enhance your manifestation experience for the Awakened Source so that you can start seeing results in the shortest time possible. The first bonus is called Your Awakened Path to Prosperity. Get submerged in a prosperity hacking session that few know about and be absolutely ready to be blown away as you awaken your true source to unlimited wealth and prosperity. The full retail value is $67, but today it's yours completely free of charge. The second bonus is Miracles of Your Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, one of the pioneering leaders in the self-help industry. You'll be amazed by the marvelous power of your mind and learn how you can release your innate hidden force to realize your hopes and dreams. The value of this bonus is $87, but it's absolutely yours free if you order today. Add it all up, and that's over $150 worth of value just for the bonuses. Now, I've asked my close friends and students that have been through this program to tell me how much they thought something like this was worth, and the average numbers I got ranged from $800 to $1,000, or even $3,000. After all, the results they got was multiplied by 10 to 20 folds. However, I reckon that I want to make it available to as many people as possible. Ever since the passing of Paul, my life mission is to inspire and impact 1 million individuals through the Awakened Source, to unleash the greatness in them. I want to make it readily available, especially for those who need it most. I told my husband that I wasn't out for the money because we don't need that much, and it is my deepest desire to make this affordable to everyone and anyone who are committed to watching this. I know this might sound ridiculous, but I'm going to slash the price by over 90%. Are you ready? The entire Awakened Source program is all yours for less than $50 if you act now. I am willing to make this program extremely affordable for you and anyone who is still struggling but ready to step out of the comfort zone and reclaim your birthright to abundance right now. All you have to do is click the big Add to Cart button you see below this video now. You'll get instant access to the entire collection and start to tap into the source of abundance. All you have to do is click the big Add to Cart button you see below this video now. You'll get instant access to the entire collection and start to tap into the source of abundance. Plus, if you act now, you'll also get your hands on a one-time only super fantastic bonus, Love Yourself. The usual price for this is $97, but you'll be getting it for free if you sign up for the full program now. Love Yourself is a personal favorite of mine, comprising of a 20-page guide that encompasses practical, done-for-you instructions. You'll discover how to reconnect your inner world with an overwhelming sense of self-love and open up your treasure house of abundance of love, happiness, and peace of mind. All that brings your total value today to well over $1,000. Yet today, everything is yours for less than $50 if you download the Awaken Source now. Right now, you might be a little hesitant and wondering if this program will actually work for you. I am so confident in this program that I'm going to give you an unconditional 100% 60-day money-back guarantee if you act now, which means you get to take the full program, give it a test drive for 60 days, and watch the amazing transformation unfold right before your eyes. If not, let me know if you have not yet witnessed the manifestation, and you'll get to keep the entire program, the 3 wild bonuses, and get a complete 100% refund. You have a full 60 days to test drive and see if I live up to my promises. If for any reason you don't find this program useful, just email our customer success team at support@theawakensource.com and we'll get it sorted within 24 hours. I'm making this absurd guarantee because this is how sure I know this program will work for you. All you have to do is click the button now and you can get started right away. Every day, my inbox is literally flooded with thank you emails from individuals from all walks of life. Here are some of the gratitude notes that I have received. I've always been known to be an avid practitioner of the law of attraction. For the past decade, I've spent a huge fortune on CDs, books, and seminars put together by famous gurus. But strangely, they never worked for me. How frustrating! But 3 months ago, my friend took pity on me and introduced me to the Awakened Source. And that was the turning point of my life. Since then, I have manifested success and attracted enough wealth as a financial consultant to be able to retire at 40. The Awakened Source has transformed my life. I cannot thank you enough, Laura. Shermaine Beasley, retiree. I was almost declared bankrupt a few months ago because of a failed business venture. With my credit cards all maxed out and my savings all wiped out, my whole life crumbled before me. I felt like a complete failure. But then came Laura's The Awakened Source. Well, to make a long story short, I'm now running an extremely successful startup and earning at least 6 figures per month. I'm now my own boss and the master of my destiny, all thanks to Laura. Thank you so much. Sandy John, CEO. Once you truly understand and awaken the source, I can promise you with near certainty that your life will never be the same again. I can boldly make this claim because I have experienced this myself, and so have 35,384 other people. I would never have arrived at the wealth, abundance, and joy I have today if I didn't make that critical decision to jump in and apply what's present in the awakened source that made me who I am today. Who knows? Maybe I'd still be struggling with my debt and the fate of being kicked out of my own home with 2 children and a disabled husband. And I know certainly that without this revelation that Paul shared, it would be a long and winding road. Of course, you might still spend the next 20 to 30 years researching these fundamental secrets to success on your own, and still, there is a high possibility that you may not achieve all that you want. So why put in the years of time, effort, and struggle that I did when all you have to do is say yes today without any risk? Get the Awakened Source right now, risk-free, for only $47. Don't wait another minute to create the life you desire. Plus, you're also getting 3 wild bonuses at absolutely no cost. The Awakened Source and the irresistible bonuses. A total value adding up to well over $250 is now offered to you at an unbeatable price. This affordability goes a long way to give everyone a chance at being able to get the best program that will change lives. That's less than the price of a fancy meal for one, and certainly half of what you'd spend for a visit to the psychologist or counselor. The best proof that I can give you are the actual results, and that's what this program is all about. Take it on and notice how your life has been transformed. And with the 100% money-back guarantee in place, this program is absolutely 100% risk-free. Your satisfaction and results from this program are my commitment and responsibility. So, are you ready to finally leave behind all the past bad experiences and give yourself the opportunity to recreate your life, a life filled with joy, abundance, and success? I invite you to join us today. Click the button below to get started and live the life you were meant to live, the life you truly deserve. If you're still hesitating, from the way I see it now, you have 3 simple choices. Your first option is to do nothing. And we all know doing nothing is the worst option. Because, well, if you do nothing, then what's going to change, right? Tomorrow will be just a repeat of today. The only thing that'll be different is that you'll always be wondering, what if? What if you had just tried? Your second option is to do research on your own time and effort with other means, and try all of them. You'll soon discover there are many superficial manifesting programs out there that don't actually work. But who knows? You might be one of the lucky ones who might have it work after spending countless days. But seriously, how long have you waited for things to turn out the way you had desired? Months? Years? Decades? I am sure you'll agree with me that if you've stayed in this video for this long at some level, your current method is not working for you. Why then do the same thing over and over again and expect the same results? Wouldn't it be much better to pick the third option and order the Awakened Source now? Change your approach. Have the courage to put forth your faith and click the Add to Cart button. You will gain immediate access to an irresistible opportunity to live your best life. If you're still here, you are probably half convinced, but still have some qualms and doubts at the back of your mind. Don't worry. I've heard them all before, so I've prepared a series of frequently asked questions, and I'm more than ready to answer them now. Question 1. How different is the Awakened Source from every other program out there? This is not yet another disappointing do this one magical step type thing that promises something ridiculous. You've been lied to enough, and it's time for a solution that works without the gimmicks. So if you want the real answer to manifesting your dreams, then here's what you can expect. The Awakened Source is a blueprint based on my personal testimonial and many others who had achieved astounding results just like me. Master the key required to effectively tap into the Source and enjoy every step of the way. The Awakened Source isn't just a system for you. It's the only system for you. So if you're ready to get started on the next page, click on the Add to Cart button now, and we'll see you on the other side. Next question. Can I really ask for anything? To be honest, you can really ask for anything. It's just that things that are not useful in the greater good or have elements of hate in it will not be manifested. This is the nature of the Source, which is all about love, compassion, and giving. So if you are asking for things that will contribute to your ultimate success in becoming the loving and fulfilled person, which is your birthright, expect that it will ultimately be yours. If you want to be on track to living your desired life of fulfillment and happiness, click the Add to Cart button below. Question 3. Can you guarantee results in the Awakened Source? You don't have to take my word for it, but you sure can trust our 35,384 happy customers that have tried and tested the Awakened Source and achieved phenomenal results from it. In fact, I am so confident that I'm offering you a 60-day full money-back guarantee so that you can use the Awakened Source absolutely risk-free. This is how confident I am this will work for you. To date, the overwhelming responses to the Awakened Source has been positive and astounding. Click Add to Cart below now and get immediate access to this limited offer. Be part of the movement in creating the avalanche results for yourself. So go ahead and click the button now. Just remember that it is in your moment of decision that your destiny is shaped. This is the moment where you will decide if you want to reclaim the life you truly deserve, or whether you want to continue to be stuck in your own cycle of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. Whether you want to continue feeling stuck, frustrated, and unhappy, constantly sucking up to your boss, dreading the bills you have to pay, and getting busy going nowhere. It is by no accident that you have stumbled upon this video, and I am giving you the chance to make the change. But the choice is entirely up to you if you want to make that change. Now, the only thing standing between you and the life you truly deserve is in the decision of taking the one uncomfortable step forward. So help me help you. The system is 100% ready and waiting for you to activate it. I am making it a limited time offer today, sponsoring well over $1,000 out of my own pocket so that you only have to pay $47 to start your amazing journey with me. I don't know how much longer I can afford to keep this offer running, so if you leave this page now, I can't promise you the extremely low price will still be available when you return. And don't forget, the one-time offer for free bonuses worth over $250 is an exceptionally irresistible bargain. Waste no more time. Click the Add to Cart button now before it's too late. Lastly, I want to thank you for spending the time with me today and watching this video. I am truly grateful for the chance to share this good news with you, and I hope a part of me leaves with you. I promise you with near certainty that harmonic flowing is the only key to get you from where you are to where you want to be. It had already worked for countless others just like you, and what's more, it is now offered to you with a 100% guarantee. So there is absolutely no risk to you at all. You can gain instant access to this amazing proven system for less than a nice sushi dinner for one. Choosing where you are now, or choosing to live the life that you truly desire, a life of abundance, happiness, and peace. All I have to say is choose wisely, and always, always remember that making the action to change what feels right for you, to give yourself the opportunity to turn your life around for the better, is your birthright. See you on the next page.